I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. Before Raw went on the air tonight, there was talks about this Gauntlet match, and I'll be honest, when I heard about the Gauntlet match taking place tonight on Raw with the 7 men that are going to be involved in this Sunday's Elimination Chamber, I was like, why are we giving this away? Why are we even doing this? This is so fucking dumb. And I know a lot of other people on Twitter, even on YouTube, what have you, were saying the same thing. And I can't believe that I'm saying this now after Raw went off the air a couple minutes ago. This being, again, the go-home show to Elimination Chamber. The Gauntlet match that went almost an hour with some change. I'm going to say this. That was probably the best thing on the entire show. On paper, yes, it looked like crap. It was dumb. But the way it was put out, the way this match essentially, gave you guys a build and a story heading towards the Chamber pay-per-view, I thought this, again, was the best thing on the entire show. You could either just watch this as a whole and then turn this show off. Because after the Gauntlet match, everything on Raw just went down to a fucking nosedive. I know for some people they'll say, oh, but Steve, you gotta understand too, this is also them helping, build up the show or the pay-per-view, what have you, which is fine and dandy. But really, to be honest, after the Gauntlet match, I did not care what they gave you on Raw, or they gave me on Raw, but you kind of get the idea, guys. What is up? It's me, it's Steve, back at it one more time with a new video. Thank you for tuning back into the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hey, like Fonzie from Happy Days. See this? 2 thumbs up. Hey. Also, while you're here, share this video to our entire social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter, wherever the hell you share videos. Also, follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I, tweet throughout Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT, sometimes 205 Live, but above all else, with each and every single one of you motherflowers. So, Raw tonight was live from Phoenix, Arizona, the go-home show to Elimination Chamber. And like I said before, I felt like it was just a one-match show where, again, the Gauntlet was like the best thing on the show. And after that, the whole show just went to a nosedive. Like, it wasn't the baddest show as a whole for a go-home show. Like, I've seen worse go-home shows in the past. I think all of us have, right? But I feel like, again, it was just one of those things where I only cared about one thing. And then the rest, it was whatever. But nonetheless, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment of this video. Your take on this whole thing. Did you enjoy the show? Did you not enjoy the show? What have you? But we can all agree on one thing. Seth Rollins is the real MVP. Hands down. And if you disagree, then shame on you. But I'm just saying, this is the real MVP in this entire show. All right? So we kick things off with the Gauntlet match. With the 7 men that are involved in the first ever 7-person Elimination Chamber. We kicked off with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. But before the match even took place, Roman spoke on the mic with Charlie Caruso. He talked about how this is Roman's first chamber match. How, he's watched previous chamber matches and how he saw what the match does to everyone involved, their bodies, and how he's going against the best people in the world. The likes of John Cena, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, to name a few. But at the end of the day, he knows he's the one to beat Brock Lesnar. He's going to be the one to do it at WrestleMania 34. The big dog will slay the beast. So he says, and you know what? I know people are frowning on it. I know people are saying, God, I don't want to see the match. Listen, whether y'all like it or not, okay? Don't deny the fact that WrestleMania 31, Roman versus Brock, wasn't a bad match at all. The story was, hey, here's Brock beating the living fuck out of Roman Reigns, and Roman just kept getting back up and back up and back up until eventually Seth went in there and cashed it in and became champion. Now, I'll be real about it. I'm a Roman Reigns fan. Hard to believe, right? Hard to fucking believe, but I know I'm not the only one out there. But at the same time, I don't want to see Roman versus Brock again at WrestleMania. Even I'll say that. All right, I was at WrestleMania 32 a couple years ago, and 100,000 people at Cowboy Stadium, where they booed the hell out of Roman Reigns, where he beat Triple H. What is going to happen in New Orleans? But that's besides the point right now, okay? Besides the point, that's just besides the point. So the match itself, start the Gauntlet, Roman versus Rollins. I thought it was a good way to kick off this whole Gauntlet, just back and forth. Both men, with series of counters here. But everyone thought, because again, it's the big dog, right? Roman's going to win, but no, Rollins ended up shocking everyone by rolling up Roman Reigns in a sequence counter there to eliminate Roman Reigns, the first person to be eliminated. And you know, at the same time, though, I understand why he was the first person eliminated. I understand why. Because the idea is, hey, Roman's going to win the Chamber, right, this Sunday. Then you might as well, you know, take all the momentum off Roman right now to not make you think, hey, he will probably lose, right? The idea is, hey, Roman was the first one to lose the Gauntlet. That's just going to get into his head, right? Mind games and shit. And he'll go into the Chamber with the idea, oh my God, oh, the first person to lose the Gauntlet, I might lose this Chamber match. Just to get you guys to think that shit. But nonetheless, Rollins here performed for 30 minutes in the ring with Roman Reigns and just literally tore the house down for the first part. And then out came John Cena to be the next opponent here. And Rollins right off the bat went out to attack John Cena until Cena got the momentum. And the story that I liked about this, hey, here's Seth Rollins, right? He talked about last week how he wants, you know, Raw to be about him again. How he wants to be the man, right? And he had that, you know, fatal 5-way, and he won it with Finn and all that momentum, right? All that momentum of both men going into the Chamber, how Rollins wants to be the guy again, be the champion again. He wants to be the one to beat Brock at WrestleMania. Just like Roman wants to be the one to beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. And here he is, taking all the best shots from Roman and Cena. Literally, Rollins had the best matches on this show with both Roman Reigns and John Cena, two of the top guys of the company. Say what you want about those guys, but you cannot deny that. Hands down. Okay? You can even say, oh, Rollins carried these two guys. I know a lot of smarks will say that shit. I know a lot of smarks will say, oh, but Rollins carried Cena. They carried Roman Reigns. Fuck that. Fuck that. It was good matches, all the fuck you want. But literally just this whole sequence of John hitting Rollins with the AA. He tried to do like the whole AA that he did at AJ Styles at the Rumble 2017, where he hits him, then he rolls up and does it again. But eventually that got countered into the freaking knee thing that he does, where he does like the Okada thing. You get what I'm saying? And then does the curb stomp for the 1-2-3. So Rollins beats both Roman Reigns and John Cena. And again, at this point, Rollins was in the ring for almost an hour or so. And after this, out came Elias. And Elias just picked up the scraps from where they left off, and he eventually ended up pinning Seth Rollins. And again, nonetheless, say whatever you want, you know, but at the end of the day, in this entire match, the real MVP was Seth Rollins. I think this is the moment where, if you're WWE, you got to do something. Because here's the thing about it, yes, they have their vision already. They want Roman Reigns to be the guy to beat the Beast at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. And like I said earlier, you know, I like Roman Reigns. But at the same time, I don't want to see Brock versus Roman again, even though it'll be a good match all you want, just like it was 31. But I don't want to see this shit again. Just like all of you out there. There's a lot of you out there that say, oh my God, why are we seeing this again? You know, the real main event is AJ Styles versus Nakamura. No, it will not. AJ Styles and Nakamura, whether y'all like it or not, is going to be a good undercard on WrestleMania 34. That is, of course, if Cena and Taker actually do have the match and Taker's closing the show. The point is, though, if you're WWE, you got to throw a curveball in there. Some way, somehow. Get Rollins involved in this main event at WrestleMania. I'm not saying he has to win the whole thing, but I'm just saying you got to get involved some way, somehow. Because the story is, this is Seth Rollins' opportunity. This is his sort of redemption to be the man again, what have you. So why the fuck not? Okay? So Elias pins Seth Rollins, and people were chanting, thank you, Rollins, like deservingly so. And then out comes Finn Balor, right? And they had their match. It was there for what you want. Eventually, Balor ended up pinning Elias after he hit the coup de grace for the 1-2-3. Out came The Miz. And The Miz and Balor had their match for a while. They go at it back and forth. Where eventually, because of distraction from The Miztourage, The Miz ended up pinning Finn Balor. And everyone thought, okay, that's all fine and dandy. And then they realized one thing. One more person's left in this match. Braun Strowman. Braun comes out, and Miz goes to run away. And Braun chases after the Miz and catches up to him, too. And they go at it. There's a moment in this match where the Miz tried to distract the Monster Among Men again, where the Miz actually hit a skull-crushing finale for a near fall. Not even a near fall. Like, it was 1-2, and Braun just powered him out for a kick out. Okay? But it was all said and done. Braun Strowman, being the last entry in this whole gauntlet, got the win. Not the best way, to end this whole gauntlet, because I felt like the ending kind of like meh. But nonetheless, hey, it is what it is. You want to showcase your monster, right? It was bad enough you had the fucker, become a joke last week by singing country music with Elias. All right? But here, nonetheless, I guess you pick up, you save him in a way, I guess. Something like that. But the whole notion here, the story here is, here's Seth Rollins and how he can, again, go up against two of the best in the company just to get the opportunity to once again be the man. The story is, again, all about Seth Rollins here. How he, again, went out there for almost an hour with some change against Roman Reigns and John Cena, took their best moves in this match, and Seth still found a way to beat both Roman Reigns and John Cena. I look forward to seeing the chamber, believe it or not. This actually, believe it or not, makes me look forward now to watch the first ever 7-person chamber match, which apparently found out it will be 3 people kicking off the match with the other 4 inside the chamber pods. But we'll see where this goes leading up as weeks progress. We found out, they played a little video package that we found out early in the day about Jeff Jarrett, that's right, Jaff Jarrett being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2018. Now, I know a lot of folks, I did a video on this early in the day, by the way. Now, I know a lot of folks that are still scratching their heads to why. Why is this even happening still? Why are we still, why are they allowing him to go in the Hall of Fame? Listen, I've read people's comments, okay? I've read people's thoughts. I know Michael Corbin left a comment on my Facebook post. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read what he said. And to be fair, all right, Corbin makes a valid point in some way, shape, or form, okay? Which I'm going to read right here, right now. So, Corbin, if you're watching this, I'm reading this out for you, buddy. End quote. Jeff Jarrett going into the WWE Hall of Fame this year really shows how desperate WWE is for names to add to their physically non-existing Hall of Fame. It'd be funny if it weren't so sad. Not that Jarrett should never go in, but really now, what was Ahmed Johnson busy teaching in aerobics class this the weekend? Rey Mysterio had a hunting trip schedule. Raven had a bar mitzvah to attend. You couldn't find anyone better that was more over for a longer time than this Memphis mid-card piece of shit, wannabe honky tonk man, Jackie Fargo, Ric Flair, slapnut son of a bitch, with a question mark. What I thought was funny is, Corbin, I love you, buddy. You're a good dude. All right. Now, I understand people's frustration. Yes, at the same time, I will agree. At a point now, you look at the Hall of Fame class, the people that are putting in, who else can you put in right now? This is them just putting in a filler name. I get that. At the same time, though, the people that are against Jeff Jarrett going into the Hall of Fame are the same people, I guarantee you, are wanting Chris Benoit in the Hall of Fame. I guarantee you that. The same fucks that say, oh, we want Benoit in the Hall of Fame. Forget the fact what he did, but we should be in the Hall of Fame. You're the same people that are saying, oh, Jeff Jarrett's in the Hall of Fame. Broke 10,000 guitar and never fucking drew a dime. Like fucking Mike Grimmer fucking drew a dime. What did he do? I'll wait. Thank you. Point of the matter is this, okay? Listen. When I think of Jeff Jarrett, say what you want about him. His career as a whole, former Intercontinental Champion, former European Champion, former Tag Team Champion, former WCW World Champion, former TNA Champion, NWA Champion, champions also over at, in USWA, all over the world he's had success. But I think what's putting him in the Hall of Fame is not the fact that he went to WWE, rehab and shit like that. I think it's more because, he gave talent an opportunity to showcase their craft. At a time, let's face it, WWE, we're not even looking at these guys. What I'm referring to, the guys such as Eric Young, the AJ Styles of the world, the Bobby Roode, the Samoa Joe, the Christopher Daniels, the Kazarian, the Chris Sabins, the Alex Shellys. You kind of get the idea where I'm going with this, okay? He gave those guys a platform to showcase their skills. Granted, you know, Samoa Joe had a Ring of Honor, all the hell you want. It's fine and dandy too. But at the same time, he gave a lot of talent an opportunity at a time where WWE probably were not going to give them opportunity in the first place. And look what those guys are at now, like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles and Eric Young, a Bobby Roode. They're in WWE. And now they're recognizable names, what have you, but it all stemmed in some way, shape, or form from TNA and Jeff Jarrett. So I think that as a whole, I think he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, granted, is he going to showcase the Hall of Fame? Is he going to headline it? No. Do I look forward to the speech? Yes. Who's going to induct him? I don't even know. Maybe Kurt Angle, for all I fucking know. But at the same time, though, I think people should just take a chill pill with this, all right? Think about this, okay? You have Donald Trump, Coco Beware, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and freaking Drew Carey in your Hall of Fame, okay? Just keep that in mind for a minute, okay? So let's not complain about a guy who's a mid-carder at best, what have you, in the Hall of Fame. Take a chill pill, mother flower. Just saying. We then get Nia Jax interrupting a promo with Asuka, where Asuka talking in English. It was there, talking about how she's going to beat Nia Jax, but Nia again interrupts her. And they start brawling where Asuka has some momentum, but eventually Nia Jax. And here's the thing about it, too. To me, it's cringeworthy that they're calling her the Irresistible Force. Why are we calling her that? It's just so stupid in my opinion. The Irresistible Force, Nia Jax. No, she's not. She's not this irresistible force. And this whole notion of, oh my God, this is the first time where Asuka's having trouble here. Oh my goodness. But yet, we forgot that Asuka's beaten Nia Jax at NXT a couple months ago, a year or so ago. You can easily go on the network right now and just search that match. I think it was NXT The End or NXT. Yeah, it was NXT The End. You can watch it right there. Asuka versus Nia Jax, where Asuka ended up beating Nia Jax. Or on Raw a couple weeks ago, and I know I'm being repetitive with this shit. A couple weeks ago on Raw, where, you know, Asuka beat Nia via referee stoppage. And I'm supposed to believe now that Nia Jax is this irresistible force to beat Asuka? Come on, people, let's get it together, shall we? And again, like I said before, after the Gauntlet, the show just went downhill. I didn't care at all. We then had a tag team match, Titus Worldwide versus The Bar. Apparently now Apollo Crews being known as Apollo. I can understand why. It is what it is. I'm not going to get into it. But the match for what it was, like I said, I didn't care at all. And what do you know? Apollo and Titus picked up the win, where Apollo rolled up, I believe, Cesaro. So they got the win here. Whoop-de-doo on the go-home show. I'm supposed to believe now that we're going to get a tag team championship match at Elimination Chamber. Maybe on the pre-show, for all I fucking know. Who the hell knows? But I don't see Apollo or Titus picking up the win at the pay-per-view, if they even have the match for the tag team championships. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We'll see. We then had Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James versus Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, and Alexa Bliss. A match where, I'll be honest, I didn't care. Another match where in this whole match, you had literally Absolution doing the work for Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss didn't want to tag in. Just back and forth between Sasha, Bayley, and Mickie James versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Alexa Bliss eventually tags in, and then she gets hit with the bank statement, and she is forced to tap out. So there you go. Sasha Banks taps out the champion on the go-home show, giving people the belief that, hey, maybe Sasha's going to win the chamber match. Now, I'll be honest, okay? I, in some way, shape, or form, have no interest in the women's chamber match. And let's be real about it. This is not a focal point on the show. It's not. It's not like the Rumble match where, oh my God, it was about Ronda showing up and having that moment where she pointed at the WrestleMania logo. This, I guarantee you, will not close the show. I'll be surprised if it does, with the lack of build that this match has had. Again, it was a whatever match, but in some way, shape, or form, it built up to the match coming up at the Chamber pay-per-view, but it's like a lack of build. It's just like, okay, here you go. We're throwing you a women's chamber match just for the fuck of it. That's literally what this is, in some way, shape, or form. And after the match, you had a beatdown of Absolution on the other women. Eventually, it was Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville with Alexa Bliss. They're all in the ring, all happy. And then they try to attack Alexa Bliss. Mickie James makes a save. And there's whole alliance now of Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Just like, hey, it's Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and Sasha and Bayley being best friends. It's tag team mayhem here inside the women's chamber match. Whoop-de-doo. And that's how they close Raw. Also, by the way, we've been reminded constantly on this show that Ronda Rousey will be signing her Raw contract at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So I'm pretty sure after this, she'll sign the contract, go away, back to film her movie, and come back for WrestleMania. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Overall, this was Raw. Again, if there's anything you should watch on this show, it's just the Gauntlet match. That's the only thing you should only care for. And then after that, just turn the show off if you missed Raw as a whole. Seth Rollins, like I said, is the real MVP of this show, the MVP of this match. And again, if you're WWE, you need to capitalize on the momentum that Seth Rollins has just done so far. Just capitalize and do not fuck this up. Throw a curveball in there, but in some way, shape, or form, get Rollins involved in the WrestleMania main event. I don't know, but we'll see where they go. We'll see where they go with that as well. A little, before I wrap this shit up, I'll be doing a prediction video. I will say this Wednesday, I'll do a prediction video for Elimination Chamber here on this channel. I'll also be doing my SmackDown review tomorrow, also NXT review. I might end up doing a 205 Live review. Don't expect it, but I just might do one. I don't know yet. Also, I'll be doing this Thursday my other episode number 3 of Universe Mode for NXT on WWE 2K18. I did say yesterday during the UK tournament that I now have the UFC game. So eventually I'll be doing fight simulations for UFC 3 as well, live on the channel as well. So again, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that sub button down below. Hit that bell icon. Be notified when I drop a video, when I go live. If you're new here, also hit that like button. Share this video. Comment down below. But above all else, hate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's me, it's Steve. It is wrestling and whatever. Yeah. Ain't I great?